Good afternoon. Today the Home Secretary has laid before Parliament the second report of the Angiolini Inquiry. As a non-statutory inquiry, the Home Secretary is responsible for publishing this report. The inquiry is, however, independent of government, and this report is the result of over 2 years' work. My first report investigated how off-duty police officer Wayne Couzens was able to abduct, rape and murder Sarah Everard. This was published last year in February 2024. I was clear in that report that Wayne Couzens should never have been a police officer. When I published my first report, I warned police and political leaders that there was nothing stopping another Couzens from operating in plain sight. Not enough was done to stop him from establishing and continuing a policing career. Opportunities to disrupt his offending and thereby prevent some of his abhorrent crimes were missed. Part 2 of the Angiolini Inquiry was launched to examine whether there was a risk of recurrence across policing. This meant investigating issues to do with police misconduct, information sharing, recruitment, vetting, transfers and culture. However, I was concerned that looking within policing alone was not enough to address the wider societal issues highlighted by Couzens' crimes. Wayne Couzens was a repeat perpetrator of crimes against women. He abducted Sarah Everard from a well-lit, busy London road before raping and murdering her. He was able to commit multiple indecent exposure offences against women in public spaces without being apprehended. There were multiple missed opportunities to disrupt this offending and bring an end to his policing career sooner. The abhorrent crimes of Wayne Couzens tragically highlighted broader concerns surrounding women's safety in public spaces. There was a critical and unprecedented call for action and change from members of the public. There are still many victims because there are still many perpetrators of sexually motivated crimes who escape detection and prosecution. With a greater spotlight on the safety of women in public, women should feel safer in public spaces, but many do not. Women change their travel plans, their routines and their lives out of fears for their safety in public, while far too many perpetrators continue to roam freely. Women deserve to feel safer. They deserve to be safer. Making women safer should make everyone safer. This is the focus of my second report. I make 13 new recommendations asking a range of government departments, as well as police forces and wider policing organisations, to act. I ask leaders to be courageous in their action to respond to and implement these recommendations. Changing this situation will be difficult and challenging, but we have to rise to this challenge. During every stage of the inquiry's work, my thoughts have always been focused on Sarah Everard, whose life was cruelly cut short, devastating her loving family and friends. My report lays bare the continued pain Sarah's family experienced at the loss of their beloved daughter. Sarah's mother describes this unrelenting grief as a turmoil of emotions. In Sue's own words, the horror of Sarah's final hours is a constant torment to her and her family. I will never lose sight of the impact that these crimes have on victims and their families. Since Sarah's death, more women have had their lives taken from them at the hands of dangerous perpetrators. I've had the immense privilege of meeting a brave victim who survived attempted murder and rape. It has also been a privilege to meet some of the family members of women murdered by perpetrators who, in many cases, were previously known to the authorities. Prevention is most effective when it confronts those who cause harm. And yet, too many opportunities to apprehend violent perpetrators have not been acted upon. Too many women are victimised and too many lives are lost or irrevocably changed forever. The second part of the inquiry allowed me to build on the themes identified in my Part 1 report, and I was able to gather evidence across a wide range of sectors and organisations. This was necessary as sexually motivated crime in public spaces is a whole society issue that requires a whole society response. I continue to be very grateful to all those who provided evidence to the inquiry and for the way organisations have cooperated with the inquiry's work. I've had the privilege of hearing from truly inspiring individuals who are dedicated in preventing sexually motivated crimes against women in public spaces, both within and beyond policing. And this was encouraging to hear. Undoubtedly, there has been an increase since Sarah's death in measures to prevent sexually motivated crimes against women in public spaces. We heard this from across government, the criminal justice sector, national policing bodies, as well as the charity and voluntary sectors. What is of great concern to me still is that basic questions cannot be answered. No one was able to confidently tell me how many women nationally report being the victim of sexually motivated crimes in public spaces. This gap in knowledge fundamentally impacted my ability to assess how effective current measures are at preventing these crimes.